Hi folks, I am solving Leetcode's top 150 questions and that's all you need for your coding interviews. So in this video, we'll be solving 198 house robber. So this is like a really good problem to get started with dynamic programming. You are a professional robber planning to rob houses along the street. Each house contains a certain number of money stashed and the only constant that we have is if we rob adjacent houses, the security systems connected will automatically contact the police. So that means we can't rob the adjacent houses. To sum it up, we are given an integer array nums and we have to return the maximum amount of money that we can rob. So it will be 1 or 3 or 2 or 1 here also. And we have to return the maximum of these both. So if you see, we are slowly starting to build like a decision tree. So firstly, we can either choose 1 or we can choose 2. So this is the two paths that we can go for the first time. And then from here, we can't choose 2 because it's adjacent, but we can choose 3. Or from here, we can choose 1. Similarly, here, the only options that we have is 1. And now if you see, the sum of this is 4, the sum of this is 2, and this is 3. Since we have to return the maximum time, so we'll have to go for this one right here. Complexity for this, since at every given point in time we got 2 choices and we have n choices to make. So this will be 2 raised to the power n. This is like a very inefficient. So what we can do is we can store the indices and their maximum value at our DP, and that will reduce our time complexity from this to O of n. So let's see how we can solve this. So let's see the brute force approach first, which we'll need our helper function DFS. So this is the base case, and we have to return the maximum DFS I plus 1 or numset I plus DFS I plus 2. And here we can just return our DFS with 0. But this is our 2 raised to the power n solution. So let's optimize this to O of n. So we will define our DP. I'm using maps for this because that's efficient. Let's assign value to this map. So this res would be this value. We want to set the value to our DP. So, and if we already have the value, we can just get the value and send it. And yep, this is pretty much for the solution. Yep, this works. I hope you found this helpful. If yes, you can consider subscribing to this channel. And thank you so much for watching.